For most people, a birthday is a universally accepted, highly commercialized signal for celebration, a guaranteed day for feeling uniquely special. But if you're watching this, you know the truth. For a surprisingly large segment of the population, the approaching date brings not joy, but a low-grade, simmering sense of dread. It's a day they actively try to ignore. They don't want the party, the presents, or the attention. In fact, they often feel a powerful, almost primal urge to simply disappear or minimize their own existence for that particular 24 hours. Why this extreme aversion? Is it simple preference, a passing mood, or is there a profound psychological resistance at play? We're talking about a quiet inner battle waged over concepts as massive as identity, time, and social obligation. Today, we're diving deep into the hidden mental landscape of the non-celebrator, moving past simple, dismissive labels like grumpy or unfun. We're going to explore the 4 most common and surprising reasons psychologists point to when examining why people choose to let their birthdays pass by unnoticed, and how this seemingly small act serves a critical, self-protective psychological function. A birthday is far more than just a slice of cake. It is the ultimate, non-negotiable time marker. It's not just celebrating the year that was, it's definitively confirming the year that passed. And critically, it highlights the remaining time that might be shrinking. For many, this annual confirmation triggers intense existential anxiety, the raw, deep awareness of our own finiteness and the ultimate limits of life. Think of it through the lens of terror management theory. This theory suggests that humans manage the terrifying awareness of their inevitable death by constructing elaborate cultural beliefs like religion or nationalism, and personal concepts like self-esteem and legacy that give life meaning. A birthday shatters these comfortable illusions for a moment, forcing the reality of physical decay and life's impermanence into sharp focus. The non-celebrator is essentially engaging in an acute form of TMT management. By refusing to acknowledge the marker, they temporarily deny the threat. Furthermore, our hyper-competitive society constantly sets invisible life benchmarks, graduating by 22, being established by 30, being married, or buying a house by 40. These are often referred to as social time clocks. When a major birthday hits, like turning 30 or 40, it forces a harsh, public inventory. If you feel you haven't achieved what you should have, that birthday transforms from a celebration into an annual performance review where you feel you failed. By refusing to celebrate, these individuals are essentially dimming that harsh, societal spotlight, creating a psychological shield against the feeling of time slipping away and the soul-crushing pressure of those unmet societal benchmarks. It's a subconscious attempt at temporal denial, a way of saying, if I don't formally acknowledge this passage of time, maybe I haven't officially moved closer to that inevitable conclusion, and maybe I haven't officially failed to meet that goal. It's an emotional defense mechanism against the overwhelming concept of time scarcity. Our second major reason is often deeply rooted in personality and how we process social dynamics, the discomfort of the undeniable spotlight and performance anxiety. For people prone to clinical social anxiety or even highly sensitive introverts who process stimuli intensely, the forced, concentrated attention of a celebration, the public singing, the obligatory hugs, the constant stream of public well-wishes can feel less like an honor and more like an intense, mandatory performance. This is amplified by the spotlight effect, the cognitive bias where we dramatically overestimate the extent to which others are paying critical attention to our behavior, appearance, and reactions. When a birthday makes you the undeniable center of attention, this effect ramps up exponentially. The non-celebrator feels intense pressure to perform happiness, to radiate gratitude perfectly, and to be worthy of all the fuss without seeming awkward or ungrateful. This relentless pressure to maintain forced positive emotion is what psychologists define as emotional labor. Imagine having to smile genuinely for 2 hours straight while constantly monitoring your posture, tone, and facial expressions. That's the labor involved. The sheer mental effort required to manage everyone else's expectations of your celebratory mood is so overwhelming that the most rational choice for self-preservation becomes simply avoiding the entire event. Moreover, the anxiety doesn't always end when the party does. They often experience a profound social hangover, a period of mental exhaustion and rumination where they replay every interaction, wondering if they said the right thing or smiled correctly. Opting out prevents this painful, post-event scrutiny. It's an elegant, isolating, but effective solution to a profound social burden. Not all birthday aversions are about present-day anxiety. Sometimes the cause lies deep in our memory, forming a strong psychological linkage, negative associations, trauma, or chronic disappointment. Birthdays are, unfortunately, not universally positive experiences. For some, the date itself may be linked to a profound traumatic event, such as the anniversary of a significant loss, an accident, or a severe personal crisis. The day itself acts as a trauma trigger, instantly activating the body's fight or flight response. More commonly, the aversion develops through repeated experiences of disappointment. Perhaps every childhood birthday was marked by parental neglect, unexpected family conflict, or simply a pattern of wildly inflated expectations that were always, inevitably, dashed. If the brain has consistently paired the concept of a birthday, the neutral stimulus, with overwhelming negative emotions, sadness, loneliness, abandonment, or profound letdown, the conditioned response, it learns a powerful fundamental lesson. Avert the stimulus to prevent the pain. This is the essence of avoidance conditioning, a concept straight out of behaviorist psychology. The person is literally conditioned to view the day as emotionally dangerous. When a birthday approaches, the person isn't just anticipating a lack of fun. They are often experiencing a mild form of emotional regression, where they revert to the feelings of vulnerability and disappointment they experienced as a child. Refusing to celebrate isn't about choosing to be miserable. It's an unconscious, learned defense mechanism, a self-soothing strategy. By minimizing the day, they are actively protecting their current emotional state from the vulnerability that comes with hoping for a positive outcome only to experience the familiar sting of disappointment again. They are choosing the psychological safety of certainty, a neutral, unremarkable day, over the high risk of renewed emotional pain. Our final and increasingly common reason is both pragmatic and philosophical, resonating strongly in our modern burnout culture. The stress of obligation, the weight of social debt, and a pushback against consumerism. Celebrations, particularly adult ones, carry a heavy hidden cost that goes far beyond the price of the cake. They involve intense planning, financial strain, emotional labor, and the looming social debt of reciprocity. This is a core social psychology principle. When someone does something for you, like buying a gift or hosting a dinner, you feel compelled to return the favor with equal or greater value. If you accept a lavish party, you now owe the host a similar effort. If you receive 3 gifts, you must remember and return 3 gifts next time. This creates an escalating cycle of social expectation that is mentally exhausting. For highly conscientious people or those who value minimalist living, the thought of managing these social and logistical expectations, the endless stream of thank you notes, the pressure to feign excitement over unwanted gifts, and the feeling of constantly owing someone a celebration is simply exhausting. It adds to their overall cognitive load. The birthday becomes another item on the to-do list, not a source of joy. By firmly opting out, they are performing a powerful act of self-care, freeing themselves and their loved ones from the financial burden and the mental load of organizing, performing, and reciprocating. Their choice is often a quiet statement of anti-consumerism, a rejection of the idea that personal worth must be validated through expensive gifts and large gatherings. It's a commitment to social minimalism, prioritizing genuine, spontaneous connection over the formalized, required rituals of a birthday, thereby lowering their overall social stress and reclaiming personal autonomy.